all apparently crumbling down for Sean P. Diddy, Love, Puff Daddy.
Get your money, sis, fuck a hater. Get your money, sis, get your weight up. Make your money move, I ain't mad at you. Yeah, it's all about the cream and getting money, sis. Get your money, sis, fuck a hater.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to 2 Cent Tuesday with Jenny, where you will be getting my unsolicited, unapologetic opinion about what's going on in the world today. If you are new to this channel, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you are notified every single time that I post a new video. And you might as well go ahead and give this video a big old thumbs up. And without further ado, let's get right into today's topic. Woo! Baby, I got to put on my journalist glasses on because, whoa. Diddy has been taken into federal custody, y'all. As of yesterday, he turned himself in to federal custody. He is in jail. Now, a lot of people were under the assumption that this was a surprise to him, but he already knew what was coming, which is why he had moved to New York recently so that he could turn himself in. Allegedly, they are stating that he chose to do that to build trust with the prosecution. Is it going to help him? We don't know. Let's start a little bit from the beginning, y'all. Why are we here? How did we get here with Diddy? Because we all know him to be a mogul, a rapper, a producer, a businessman, iconic. Some recent allegations had come forward with his ex, Cassie, who we also know to be a singer and model. She came hard with the allegations against Diddy, and that kind of just opened up Pandora's box for everything else to unfold with the diddler. Allegations of abuse, sex trafficking, intimidation, you name it, it was in her statement. And most recently, one of his artists, Dawn Richards, who was originally from Making the Band, she won, became part of the group, I'm about to say Destiny's Child, not Destiny's Child, became a part of his female group, Danity Kane, which had a huge success until we watched them literally break apart on TV. And he then continued to work with Dawn Richards and created a group called Dirty Money that featured Dawn and another R&B singer, Kalina. Now, Dawn came forward with a whole bunch more allegations against Diddy, stating that everything from abuse to inhumane treatment, unprofessionalism, you name it, it was in her statement. And now he's arrested. A lot of people are saying that these women are coming forward, and there's been a whole lot of other women that has come forward speaking on things that has transpired, and some men who also spoke upon what has transpired interacting with P. Diddy. And I'm not going to go into details of all of the allegations that are against him. Go ahead and Google it. It's free. It's all out there. Now, what exactly is he facing now that he has been arrested? Okay? Clearly for sex trafficking. 3 counts. Count 1, racketeering conspiracy. If found guilty, he can face allegedly, now again, all of this is allegedly, I'm just doing my research. Racketeering conspiracy, he can face up to life in prison if found guilty. Count 2, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. If found guilty, can face minimum of 15 years. Minimum if found guilty. Count 3. Not the 2. Count 3. Transportation to engage in prostitution. If found guilty, he can face maximum 10 years. If Diddy is found guilty of either one of these crimes, he can be going away for a very long time, guys. This is very serious.
Unfortunately, I'm not able to provide either. The number of victims, you are correct. We are intentional in saying multiple. The details of the arson incident are limited to what we have in the indictment and also the detention letter that we filed, which contains more details than the indictment does at various points, but we don't have anything more beyond that. Next question.
Lynn Tran, CNN.
Are any of his accomplices or associates under investigation? And additionally, could he face any more charges?
So the investigation is ongoing. That means both as to him and to anyone else who we believe committed the crime with him. Well, I'm biased. I'm the U.S. Attorney in the Southern District of New York. I think that we have an outstanding track record of bringing some of the most impactful, sprawling, complex, difficult sex trafficking, human trafficking, labor trafficking, you name it. The Southern District of New York can do it, and so we're very proud of that. And so the scope and complexity of this investigation isn't something that we ran from, it's something that we embrace, and we will continue to do that. As to your question about whether he imprisoned anyone, all I can say is that, I mentioned this March 2016 incident where something was caught on video, where a victim was attempting to flee, and there was violence that was
Part of this investigation, in March of this year, special agents from HSI executed search warrants at Combs' residences in Miami and Los Angeles. They also executed a warrant for Combs' electronic devices. During those searches, agents seized evidence of the crimes charged in this indictment. They seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 defaced AR-15s and a large-capacity drum magazine. They also seized evidence of the freak-offs, electronic devices that contain images and videos of the freak-offs with multiple victims. And they seized cases of the kinds of personal lubricant and baby oil that Combs' staff allegedly used to stock hotel rooms for the freak-offs, more than 1,000 bottles altogether. Here are some of the items that we recovered during the searches. As you can see here, this is a drum magazine, large capacity, and it contains, I believe, 59 rounds. I mentioned as well that we recovered 3 AR-15s. This is a close-up shot of one of the AR-15s, and you can see right here the serial number has been thoroughly defaced. A year ago, Sean Combs stood in Times Square and was handed a key to New York City. Today, he's been indicted and will face justice in the Southern District of New York. Second, we are not done. This investigation is ongoing, and I encourage anyone with information about this case to come forward and to do it quickly.
Freak-offs. Y'all heard what that man said, right? They found narcotics in over 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant. What? Baby, it's alleged that these items were stocked in hotels by his staff for whenever these freak-offs would transpire. This freak-off thing is like insane. And again, what people choose to do in their own personal lives is their business. However, when it is being forced on people, when your freak-offs start to become a crime, that is an issue. 1 year ago, Diddy received the key to the city. And today, he is facing life in prison with so many allegations against him. Life comes at you fast, y'all. Even faster when you are not living right. Now that he's been arrested, they requested a bond for $50 million, which was denied. And they are saying that he is going to remain in prison until his trial. Now, we know a lot of times trials do not start until God knows when. So, ain't no bond for him. He's staying in jail. Now, his 3 sons, his 3 sons was at the courthouse with hopes, obviously, to bring their father home. But the judge said, you're going to stay right here. And of course, TMZ had the cameras in the boy's face. Let's roll the clip.
Keep it strong. Much love.
Does the attorney have anything to say? How are you feeling, sir?
And this is what happens when you do these things and it affects those around you. But we're going to get into that. Now, he pled not guilty for racketeering and sex trafficking. He pled guilty for that. And it's also being said that several witnesses have been contacted from his team or people connected to him with intimidation, coercion, bribery, all kind of stuff. And they're even saying that he allegedly contacted Kalina, the other member of Dirty Money, 54 times. Now, if you guys have been keeping up with this whole madness, you know that Kalina actually put out a statement after Dawn went public with her allegations, basically stating that her experience was not the same as Dawn's, and kind of downplaying what Dawn expressed that she went through, and basically stating that me and my husband didn't experience any of the unprofessionalism that she is speaking of. I never had any of that done, which can be true because Kalina is married, and obviously, and Diddy probably had enough sense not to cross certain lines, being that there was a husband involved. However, it's giving that she possibly was paid off or coerced to come out with this statement. I don't know. Calling in contact to someone 54 times is crazy. It is all apparently crumbling down for Sean P. Diddy, Love, Puff Daddy, Combs. What do y'all think about this situation? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'm going to go ahead and give my 2 cents in on the situation. I mean, it's unfortunate, but I do feel like if he is guilty of these crimes, then justice should be served. So many people clearly have been victims of his abuse and the things that he's done. To hear them state in a press conference and actually call what he does the freak-offs, I'm sure many of his victims are feeling a sense of relief. They're going to have to live with what has transpired for the rest of their lives. However, you know, it's good to see justice served when you know you've been done wrong. Many of us have seen Diddy dancing in the videos, you know, all over the place, making money, being the life of the party in a very positive light. But there has always been that little underlying about him that many people have questioned. And I'm going to be honest, if all of this is in fact true, then I hope justice is served. And I even hope that if there is even ties connected to those 2 rappers that we lost all these years ago, Tupac and Biggie, if there's any connection there, I hope to God it comes out. I feel terrible for his children. You know, a lot of people are with the jokes, oh, Quincy, he ain't your daddy anyway, you ain't got to deal with this. Justin, he might not be your daddy. You know, at the end of the day, regardless, biological, adopted, whatever the case have you, he had these boys from young. He has 4 daughters. It's sad to see what they're going through. It's sad because that's your parent. Regardless of wrong, right, or indifferent, you're going to support. And I can't see anyone bashing them for going to court to hopefully bring him home. That's their dad. That's their bread and butter too, not to mention. They're going to do what they need to do to support him, even if they disagree with what he has done. Quincy's the oldest. Even though he is not biologically Diddy's child, we all know. I'm not going to lie. Can I just keep it real? I want to be I don't want to be messy, but I just got to keep it real. I've always had this theory, and this is allegedly, this is just my theory. It never made sense to me the way Albie Shaw, which is his biological father, the way he speaks of Kim and how much he loves Kim, and, you know, I can't imagine loving someone so much but never being there for your child and never taking care of your child. But it appears that Diddy stepped into Kim's life when Quincy was mighty young. And I don't know why I have the theory that Diddy strong-armed Albie Shaw into giving up his parental rights. And Kim just begging him to do it in order not to lose his life. Because, you know, there was a whole alleged thing too. Like, he might have been ready to start talking, and next thing you know, he was in a coma. Kim passed away. It's all kind of conspiracy theories, and I'm not one of those people, but it doesn't sound impossible. I don't know. That's just my allegations. But anyway, at the end of the day, these are some big charges. Anything over 10 years, I would be extremely shocked and surprised. But it just goes to show you no one is above the law and no one is above God. You do these things, and sooner or later, your day is going to come. You can only get away with these things but for so long. And clearly, Diddy has been a menace for quite some time now. And a lot of times, I'm also seeing a lot of people saying, why everybody waits so late? Why everybody just now want to speak? Why do these victims wait so long? At the end of the day, in my maturity, okay, because I used to be the same one talking that smack when it came to R. Kelly and all of that. Why they wait so long? And the Cosbys and all that. At the end of the day, we have to understand, these are not everyday people. P. Diddy is not an everyday person. R. Kelly is not an everyday person. Bill Cosby certainly is not an everyday person. These people have money and power. And believe it or not, I did say they're not above the law and they're not above God. However, in this industry, it makes a difference. And it makes it very difficult for the victims to tell their story and for people to believe it. And at the end of the day, a lot of them probably also signed NDAs. Just because, like, outside, you know, when you're desperate for fame and money and to be connected to someone in power, you will sign your life away. Not everyone, but some people are that desperate that they will sign their life away and say, hey, you ain't gotta worry about me, whatever, just make sure that check clears. And a lot of these people probably signed those NDAs not thinking that they were about to go through the things that they went through. But now, NDAs only last but for so long. And maybe that's another reason why a lot of them are speaking out. And again, money and power can also be a threat to your life. You come forward, this person catch wind that you're about to expose them, you'd be surprised what people will do and have the power to do. So, no victim shaming here. You know, people, it's not easy. It's not easy to go through what these people have gone through. But at the end of the day, it's not looking so good for Diddy. And this is just a lesson learned that there's no man above Almighty. And, you know, life comes at you so fast. Again, this man was just promoting the album. He was just on top of the game. They gave him a key to the city. And now he's fighting for his freedom because of years of things that he has done. Remember, there was a point in time where Diddy gave everyone their rights to their music, like all of his artists. He gave them their rights for their music, And allegedly, Aubrey O'Day and Dawn did not sign the paperwork to get the rights for their music because there was an NDA attached to it. So it's quite possible Diddy knew all of this was coming for a while now. And he was probably trying to get all his ducks in a row and trying to coerce as many people as he could to keep this on the low. But unfortunately, it is out there and we're going to see what happens. I pray for his kids. I pray they get through this. It's not going to be easy for them. You know, people are going to have a lot of things to say. Especially, I feel like those boys, because they are known to be very supportive of their dad and very much in the spotlight. They're artists, they're artists and actors and things like that. So they're going to face a lot. They're going to face a lot, unfortunately. I just hope and pray that they are not connected somehow to any of these things that Diddy is being accused of. I hope they were never around for any of those things, because I get the feeling there are some other people that's going to be going down with Diddy. Even Dawn alleged that at a dinner table at a restaurant that Diddy punched his ex-girlfriend Cassie, while there were other important people at that table, such as Usher and Neo, and everyone continued on like it was nothing. No one even batted an eye when he hit her. So I think a lot of people are going to get put on blast behind this, unfortunately, and it's just a bad situation, and it's not looking good for Diddy at all. And again, I know everyone like to say, oh, y'all just love to drag a black man down and kill his legacy and da-da-da-da. Yes, it is upsetting to see another successful black man be arrested and their legacy is just ruined. But at the end of the day, their actions have consequences. And if they all did these things, it doesn't matter of what legacy they left behind. Their music is going to be their music. Their work is going to be their work, regardless. But your personal life just wasn't right. And you have to suffer the consequences, unfortunately. Whew, this is a lot. I guess we'll see what happens. It seems like most likely he is going to be serving time. I don't know if he's going to get hit with life or 15 years or 10 years. But just as the rest of them, they may just want to make an example out of him. So it's possible. Listen, I don't know. With that being said, make sure y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments down below. Let's talk about it. Thank y'all for watching as always. If you will, I would appreciate your support. My 2 books, written by moi, obviously, Inherited Dysfunction Part 1 and Part 2. Actually, there is a young lady who, just like Diddy's kids, had to deal with her dad going away to jail. And how she kind of manages to survive without both parents being present. So you might want to go and check this out. The link is in the description down below. Make sure you guys are also following me on all of my social medias. The link is also in the description. And Jenny is